In this video, we'll guide you through using AI to generate robust sermon outlines and develop them into full-length drafts. The best part of these tools and techniques, they are absolutely free.
Sermons are going to be about 20 to 30 minutes. You want about 3,500 words for your sermon length. However, I'm not going to get the AI to successfully create a sermon on my topic in one prompt. Let's just give it a try. I'm going to try to shoot for the moon. Hopefully it'll land among the stars for me. That's why I'm going to give it 4,000 as its directive and see how many words it actually does create. Doesn't look like 4,000 words. I'm going to just count it real quick. It looks like it made 583 words. At best, you'll probably get it to create about 1,500 words, and that's fine for ideation. But if you want something more refined and more polished to start with in creating your sermons, maybe you want a full rough draft, then you're going to need to do this in a slightly more advanced way. But don't worry, it's not going to be too difficult. We already created a lot of the tools for you. All you need to do is follow the process that we're going to outline here, and it will create a full rough draft of approximately 3,500 words, maybe a little bit longer than a normal sermon might be, but it's always nice to have a little bit extra so you can kind of trim it down and work with it from there. To get started, you can access the prompt by going to the link within the description. You'll be looking for the ChatGPT prompts for church pastors link. Once you're there, scroll down to the table of contents, click the sermon outlines and notes. It'll anchor you down to that section. And you need the first one here. We created 2 bots for it. Really what a bot is just an advanced prompt that we save into a system already. So you don't have to go and load the whole thing in here, which would involve copying and pasting this into an AI of your choice. We did include 2 options. The GPT one, that will only work if you have ChatGPT Premium. Any GPT requires a premium account. As an alternative, we created one in Poe. That's a free account, so all you have to do is sign up for a free account. This one uses Claude Sonnet 3 as a large language model. It works pretty well, especially for a free one. For this demonstration, I'm going to use it the most universal way and grab the exact prompt. You want everything in between the brackets. Let's say I want to use ChatGPT as the AI or large language model. Just paste it into here. And the prompt didn't work the way I had intended. It's supposed to ask you what you want the sermon outline on. That's one of the drawbacks to not using a predefined bot. Sometimes the AI will go its own route with it. So I just went and entered it in again. I had to do it twice before it did the right thing, where it says, let's start by receiving your input for desired sermon theme or Bible passage. Please provide the topic or passage you would like the sermon to focus on. If you want to avoid this process, the best way to do it would be to use one of the bots. Poe outliner right here will avoid this issue. Since I got it to work in GPT, I'm going to just put my idea in here. I'm requesting a sermon on letting go of the wheel of life and letting God take the reins. I will see what it does with that little bit of instruction. It's going to create a 5-part outline. It'll have 3 body points, a conclusion, and it will even address some objections and provide a prayer. Now that I have this title and introduction, I'm just going to copy this. You'll probably want to go through it and make sure it's going in the right direction. For the sake of this demonstration, I'm just going to say it's great. Then I'm going to go back into the create prompts. Because my goal is to create a full sermon length rough draft, I'm going to need to use my outline to create the full draft. So once you're back in the advanced prompts, simply go to creating a full sermon draft from your outline. It'll anchor you down. I did include a prompt here. It doesn't always work if you put it in any AI. The reason is it's a very complicated prompt. It requires several steps. One of the biggest issues, especially if you're using a free AI, it's not going to want to write a full sermon length copy. It's going to try to write about 1,000 words or somewhere around there. So you'll really only have about 1/3 of a sermon that way. To avoid this, you have to be using a paid version. The best way to use it for free is to use the free bot, which is available in Poe. All you need to do is sign up for an account. Once you sign up for an account, click on this link. It will take you to the free bot. Now you'll have to keep that outline that we had earlier. Here it is. I have it already copied. I'm going to paste it in here. It's designed to work with this 5-part outline. That's why the outline prompt works in conjunction with this one. It's going to load, and then it's going to write the first portion of the sermon. Let's just say I have no issues with it. Then I would just put continue. I will need to do this a couple times because it's writing each portion step by step. This way we can get the full length of a sermon. Okay, and now it created the last part of the sermon. It has the conclusion, the prayer, and the closing. I usually like to copy each portion and put it into a doc and then edit that way. More than likely, you'll want to adjust it because this is meant to be a first draft. You want to put your own spin on it and take it your own direction. However, you don't have to end just here. One of the nice things about AI is that it will allow you to continue with this ideation process. Let's say I have a favorite minister. I would really like to see how they would approach this topic. All I would do is prompt it again. In this case, I would put, "This was great, but could you redo it part by part in the style of my favorite pastor, John Wesley?" And it goes through it part by part. To get the remaining portions, I would again have to press continue, and it would continue to create them that way until it went to the conclusion. And what's useful when you're doing this with a couple different styles, let's say this John Wesley version is better than the original version in this one portion, I could mish and mash them that way. It's really a good tool for seeing how someone else might approach a particular idea, or just giving you a scaffolding to start with. So you're not really starting from scratch when you're creating the sermon. Sometimes getting past that initial block can be a bit of a challenge. This tool can help you do that. That pretty much covers how to create a full-length sermon rough draft with AI.
Congratulations! You've just seen how easy it is to generate a first draft using AI. But before you share it with your congregation, take advantage of Vanco's new content editor, designed specifically for churches. This AI tool goes beyond simple grammar checks. It's trained on faith-based content, ensuring your message uses the language your members and guests expect. Get an instant grade on your content's effectiveness, plus receive targeted suggestions for improvement. Take your AI-generated content to the next level. Visit the link in the description to explore Vanco's content editor today.